It was KKR in Sharjah, but MI fans were left sweating. The reason I'm saying this is because now when MI take to the field against SRH, they need to win by 170 runs. So much so because KKR was simply dominant, emphatic, comprehensive winners against Rajasthan Royals. They scored 171, and Rajasthan just capitulated in the chase. We have Brian Charles Lara, who's come back from a tiring day at the office. Brian, first and foremost, how are you feeling?
It was a pretty long day, so yeah, I'm okay. I can survive, and it's great to be online with you, and hopefully we have quite a few viewers with us.
Yep, we do always because at the end of the day, cricket.com is quite sensational and an app and, of course, on the web platform. So check it out. Enough said. Let's pick the bones out of KKR because plenty of positives for the Knight Riders. They will be taking on RCB in all certainty, and that's going to be a riveting clash because it is in Sharjah. Now, we all think Sharjah is this spin haven, but it's actually the Pacers, Brian, doing the damage. Shivam Mavi will come to him, but Lockie Ferguson as well, a man that you called correctly, delivered. Is this the way for them forward?
Yeah, it's strange because I felt Sunil Ryan and Chakravarti would also play a very important part, but it's the pace, it's the low bounce, it's the change of pace. Players are playing across the line a little bit too much. No one wants to seem to be batting out of their crease and striding into the ball. So again, we've seen not just medium paces, but we've seen like Lucky Ferguson share pace doing very, very well. I mean, KKR would love for Andy Russell to be fit for their semi-finals clash. And yeah, but I mean, it's just a track where you have to graph, you have to use third man, fine leg, you have to run the singles and try to turn them into two. You have to pounce on the bad ball and punish the bad balls. That's where you get your big overs. But taking risk is where I feel that a lot of teams are just taking too much chances. Even Shipman Gill, you know, there are a couple of balls that he chopped down towards the wicketkeeper, easily could have chopped back onto his stumps. So you've got to be very, very focused when you're batting in Sharjah. But I don't see it as an impossible task because Shubman Gill got runs. And even the way Tawatia played in a losing effort shows you that you can time the ball. You just have to know what you're doing out there. And I just feel a lot of players are being impatient. A lot of players are taking a batting style for another batting surface towards Sharjah. And that's not going to work.
So do you fancy KKR then in that eliminator against RCB? Because KKR has been pretty good at Sharjah. RCB won their last match at Sharjah. What do you say?
I think the inclusion of Lucky Ferguson is going to be a telling factor, and I'm hearing rumors that Andrew Russell is almost close to full fitness again. That will be major additions to the team, and it's a team when they started off the second leg, they were destructive. They destroyed RCB. I can see that happening again. The fact that AB de Villiers is still scratching around for some form. Maxwell is in and out. The captain is in and out. I feel that I would give KKR the edge at present, but it's going to be an amazing encounter because Virat Kohli is a couple matches away from a finals in an IPL again, something that they've never won. I don't think he's going to leave that opportunity out there hanging. He's going to be ready for it 110%.
Right. I mean, it's funny that we're talking about RCB in a KKR review, but so much so is that's how the IPL is trickled in terms of the fixtures. Speaking of RR then, because they had a woeful day in the office, 85 in response to KKR's 171. When they look back at this season, if there's one or two positives that you can pick out from a Rajasthan perspective, what would that be?
Wow. I don't know. I think there was a change of approach from the captain in terms of his batting, and it looked good for a period of time. And the last couple innings in Sharjah, which may not suit his style of batting, he loves playing through the line. He loved the ball coming onto the bat and using the pace of the ball majority of the time. I was a bit disappointed, but I believe that I saw something mentally or psychologically that he did, where he totally changed his batting style and where he was ultra positive and aggressive, and he even spoke that way in interviews where I bat this way and I back myself. Well, I found that he was a little bit more responsible in his batting. A couple of occasions that I saw him went out into the middle and contributed, but he held the innings together and sort of set an example, which I like. So I feel that Sanju Samson, with a good preparation for 2022 IPL, is one of the positives in that lineup. Um, how could I find more? I still feel guys like Shakriya. Um, I think it's his first IPL. You know, you can tell that he sort of started to slow down as the tournament went on, but he was a big um, influence in the team at the very beginning. I like him as a young cricketer as well. So definitely, Tawatia is there and thereabouts. He brought some fun to the occasions, to the team for a few occasions. But yeah, they will have to dig deep. Sangakkara and company, the whole management team will have to dig deep to get the right group of players, local and international, to make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, we asked Mark Butcher this not too long ago about RR and their takeaways, and he couldn't put a finger on it. In fact, he said, let them start from scratch for the auction because that's how woeful their season has been. But Samson, I see, is a bright spark in all of it. Right, prediction time then, because again, in this one, it was a stalemate. Not a stalemate because ultimately Criclytics and Brian called right in terms of KKR winning this contest. So 1-1 from that perspective. Two players I want to touch upon. One is Shubman Gill. You mentioned him. We've been talking about Venkatesh Iyer and how he's been a breath of fresh air. But Shubman Gill, if KKR have to go far in this competition and, God forbid, lift their third crowd, he needs to be playing a big part.
Yeah, and I like the way how they approached it. They weren't going helter-skelter like they normally do on other tracks. I felt that they were positive, yes. I liked the couple strides that they were taking down the track towards the fast bowlers, the left-arm fast bowlers, trying to negate the swing. Of course, the wicketkeeper came up, so that sort of curtailed that effort. But it looked like if they had a plan, other than the fact that they love to score quickly, they looked like if they had a batting plan out there, which was good. And the fact that, he batted majority of the overs again, Shubman Gill, that is, again, it's something that you need at Sharjah. Sharjah, you do not need two new batsmen at the crease on a few occasions. That is definitely going to stall your run rate. You need one batsman at least batting through. And that's key. So they set up a very good open partnership. And for me, don't get out. It may look good and you may feel, well, okay, we can throw our hand and see what we get. No. The batsman that's in Sharjah will always give you more productivity than a new batsman coming in.
And we saw that trend, in fact, with these two against RR today. I mean, Iyer and Gill, that is. And then we saw with Kohli and Padikkal against Punjab as well. If you set the platform, you can get a 160, 170, invariably winning the game. Right. Bowlers, because ultimately Shiva Mavi, 4 for 21. We spoke about Umran Malik the other day. I know he didn't have such worldly figures like Mavi. But talk to me about the KKR pacer, because they have spent really quite a bit of time nursing this boy's injuries, and it's paid dividends.
Yes, and the key thing in Sharjah is to bowl at the stumps. And I felt that one of the reasons why I didn't pick Mavi, I think he looks for a little bit of swing. He tries to keep the ball a foot or so outside the off stump, and I feel if he did that in Sharjah, he's going to get punished. But immediately you saw him attack the stump, getting Sanju Samson caught at mid-wicket, getting Phillips bowled down as well. I feel that they learned and they talked about it. Whenever a left-hander was batting, you see Lucky Ferguson go around the wicket, again angling the ball into the stump, which is a big asset to have in Sharjah. So I was very impressed with Mavi. Happy to see him back. And if Russell comes back as well, and the fact that Sharjah has been very friendly to fast bowling, that is going to be a very formidable bowling attack.
Yeah, invariably they go 12 out of the 20 overs that they have to bowl with spin. So let's see if KKR continue that sort of winning formula. Right. Finally, before we let you go in this KKR review, we asked the fans goodie bag question about how much Sanju Samson will score. Now, Brian actually got this right in some way or the other. He said under 15. Sanju ended up chipping one to short mid wicket for 1 of 4 balls, I think it was. So anyone who got that in the comments will definitely throw you the goodie bag. So keep watching and subscribing. Before you guys go, just something to ponder upon. Brian, I heard Ian Bishop talk about this in commentary today. I wanted to get your views on it. Net run rate. It becomes so important for teams when they're playing their 13th and 14th game of the IPL. Why can't they take it more seriously in the second or third? Maybe be more tactically nice about it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a very good question because, when you're top of the table or have a distinctive lead and you definitely qualify, you don't worry about it. But I even believe, that race between second and third in terms of playing a semi-finals and going straight into the finals is also very important. So yes, there are some matches where teams can end it early, and they should think about it. If you're chasing 150 and you want 25 with 5 overs to go, look to finish the game in the next 2 overs because you never know when that run rate is going to come into play. So I think coaches and team management will be thinking about that in the future to ensure that they have that advantage, because I believe it's not going to affect Mumbai Indians and may even affect RCB when they take on Delhi Capitals. If they were to win the game, they may still end up in third place.
Yeah, and love how he always takes a dig at RCB, considering my heart is with them. But on that spicy note, we'll, of course, end the show. Thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, we're building up to the culmination of IPL 2021. It's been the longest tournament in IPL history, 9 months. It started in March and it's ending now. But we'll have it all on cricket.com with the man himself. So subscribe, keep lapping. And we're just about 7 subscribers away from 11K. So get in there and subscribe. Thanks for watching. It's a goodbye from me, Avnish.